Hello, my lovely wolf pack, and welcome back to the Lone Wolf Show, brought to you by Wolfpack Media, the most entertaining place on YouTube for your news and commentary. I'm your host, Justin Huseman, founder and news contributor. We have a great show today, and I can't wait to get started. But before we do, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Join the pack today. Join the pack, guys. I noticed we lost a subscriber this week. I'm not happy about it. Come back, my little lost, lovely wolf pups. All right, anyway, let's just get right in the news. So, one of the biggest questions on everybody's mind when it comes to the Epstein case, did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself? Well, the answer that's been circulating online for years at this point is an astounding new. uh, so it comes as no surprise that the internet is kind of freaking out right now after FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino came out in an interview on Fox News saying that he did unequivocally kill himself. This, of course, has caused a bit of an uproar online, at least within the right-wing community. Now, we are first going to go ahead and take a look at the video of this interview where where Kash and Bongino are kind of explaining this. So let's go ahead and take a look before we speculate too much. All right, guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and we'll play this video real quick, and then we're going to take a look at a couple of posts I found on X as well. But let's go ahead and take a look.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to get... I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Wow. So... yeah, there's that, and I also kind of wanted to take a look here, if I don't put my finger in front of the camera, let's move my little box over here. So we have this from Glenn Beck as well, that kind of exemplifies like my kind of opinion. I completely agree with Mr. Beck here on this post. He says, FBI Director Kash Patel and Dan Bongino now claim that they believe Epstein's death was a suicide. They didn't used to believe that, and I still don't believe that. Completely agree. However, I know Dan Bongino. I think he's a credible guy. He loves his country. I know Kash Patel. I think he's an honorable guy. He loves his country. But in order for me to believe Epstein killed himself, the FBI must produce, and he goes on with a list here, and I completely agree with this entire list he's got right out here. So, he says, number 1, the full unredacted forensic and autopsy reports. That's what I was kind of hitting to a couple weeks ago when I did a video on Epstein. Let's see here. Number 2, the surveillance footage or sworn testimony from neutral parties confirming no foul play went down. Yeah, that would be nice. The entire timeline of that camera, the video leading up to when it went out, the exact moment it turned off, why it broke, and why the most high-profile prisoner in America was removed from suicide watch just days before. No shit. Most of all, what changed Patel and Bongino's mind? I tend to believe Patel and Bongino. I don't believe there's some sort of conspiracy inside MAGA, but I also believe that Epstein didn't kill himself with a paper sheet. So, show us the facts. We must restore trust. Yeah, I completely agree with him on that. Let's see what else we got here. I gotta scroll past a few things. Well, maybe not. Is that the only one I got? I swear I got another one. Oh yeah, and then we got this here. It's from a guy named Chris Martinson. I believe he is a doctor. He says, my PhD is in pathology / toxicology. I performed autopsies. I know enough about anatomy to know that slump hanging is not going to fracture the hyoid bone into 3 pieces. Epstein did not kill himself. He was strangled by a strong man. This indicates we have a huge problem. And I kind of sort of agree because I've seen some of the autopsy photos. I don't have them here, and they're kind of brutal to look at, so I won't show them here on this channel. But trust me, guys, looking at some of those, and you guys can look it up. You can find it all over X, find them on X. I found them. I just didn't want to show them on this channel. But looking at the lacerations on his neck, it's really hard to believe that that was done with like a bed sheet in a cell off the top of a bunk. Like, trust me, guys, I know I've been on the inside of a jail cell. Like, to be able to like snap his neck like that, there's no way, bro. Like, so there had to have been like a strong, not just like a dude strangling him, but like a very physically strong dude. But that is just kind of my opinion, and that seems to be the opinion of this doctor. I'm no doctor, but I also wanted to take a look at this video here. This is the doctor actually talking about this on, I don't know if he's got a podcast or what, but let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Housing unit, the SHU, the MCC. Let's just go through the death, make sure we all share common ground around this. So what happened? Okay, so this is the first moment of Jeffrey Epstein's discovery in the jail cell, 6:30 a.m. promptly, August 10th, 2019. He's found unresponsive in his cell in the special housing unit, the SHU, the MCC, Metropolitan Correctional Center, by guards Tova Noel and Michael Thomas, the two who fell asleep, distributing breakfast shortly after 6:30 a.m. He was in a kneeling position, they say here. This is in Wiki. I'm sorry, Grok dug this one up for me here. And this is according to Wiki and CBS News. He's found in a kneeling position with a strip of bedsheet wrapped around his neck, tied to the top bunk, and heart was stopped. Immediate response. They cut him down, okay, from the noose and attempted CPR. Emergency responders called. He's whisked away to New York Downtown Hospital. Somehow he's pronounced dead at 6:39. So finding him shortly after 6:30 and being pronounced dead at 6:39 is quite the trick, even in New York City, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would agree.
And scene details, Epstein was alone in his cell. His cellmate had been transferred out the previous day, and no replacement was assigned against protocol. The guards had not checked on him for about 8 hours, also against protocol. Having fallen asleep, against protocol. Falsified records, very much against protocol. 2 cameras out.
That's really why I there's just too many coincidences that all, like, I could accept one coincidence here or there in this story, but the fact that there's just so many, it's just like the Trump assassination in Butler, that there's just so many coincidences happening in tangent with each other that it's really, really hard to assume that we're being told the truth here. But we'll keep on playing.
Side of cell malfunctioned. Another had unusable footage.
Of course it did.
So those are just some sort of the facts around it. We've heard some of them before, but I want to build that up. As well, there are a few other Evie troubling facts that Fagier came up with here.
Yep.
So look at this.
First one, he says Epstein was found in a fetal position with a mark around his neck 18 days prior, and claims he was attacked by his cellmate, who was a muscle-bound ex-cop who murdered 4 people, 1 via strangulation. And then...
Yeah, this is definitely weird shit. Like, he was attacked before this all happened. That's a bit of information I didn't know. I didn't realize he was attacked before his death. Somebody had already tried to kill him. So I'm just speculating here. Fishy stuff. Fishy.
The prison officials claimed it was a suicide attempt, but the video was lost due to a technical error.
The election was a wake-up call. X is the signal now.
man. It just there's way too many coincidences, man. There's just too many coincidences. I really am. I've said it before with the other members of the group pack or the Wolf Pack, and I've said it before that I'm really trying to trust this administration, man, but no matter who's in office, I'm always going to be wary of government officials. It's just like built into my DNA. I don't know. That even when it's people that I know and I trust, it's really hard to get around. There's just way too many questions that still need to be answered. And like Glenn Beck said in his post, like, show me the autopsy report, bro. Show us all of this uh this alleged file that Bongino's saying that he's looked at. And I don't know, and other people are kind of honing in on their body language during this interview. It just there's something fishy, and I don't know. I don't want to say that Director Patel or Deputy Director Bongino are compromised, but I've been seeing a lot, and it's a lot of this stuff that's surrounding Epstein. You had one of and we did a report on that too. If you guys want to go check that out in one of our earlier videos, that of the Virginia Giuffre that allegedly unalived herself, and there's just so many different things going on in these cases here. Anyway, let's get back to full screen here, because I got some more shit. All right, so yeah, I mean, you can imagine why so many people within like the MAGA fucking right-wing commentator sphere, so many people are questioning this, like big names. I mean, Tucker Carlson did a whole report back when he still worked for Fox on this, and I would encourage you guys to go check that out. It's a little bit of an older one. It was when Tucker Carlson still worked at Fox News, but he did an entire like hour-long report on that, I believe. And yeah, there's just so many questions, and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you guys believe Kash and Dan are they compromised, and there's something that we're not being told? Anyway, well, speaking of this, I kind of wanted to take a look at this article here, because it seems like Jeffrey Epstein's brother is coming out against the director and the deputy director, basically saying that they're full of shit. But let's go ahead and take a look at this article here. If I can get it pulled up and get the pop-ups to go away. Okay, from the New York Post. Jeffrey Epstein's brother slams FBI director for saying pedophile died by suicide. I love how they threw in the pedophile there. Haha. Good for you, New York Post. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. is exactly his quote, it seems. Jeffrey Epstein's brother is refusing to accept that his pedophile brother died by suicide, angrily attacking FBI Director Kash Patel for dismissing long-running conspiracy theories that it could have been a murder. Patel wasn't there. He didn't see the body. He didn't see the autopsy, Mark Epstein told the Daily Mail of his brother's death in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about, he said of Patel, dismissing the possibility that the pedophile's death was anything but suicide. You got a couple pictures here. Yeah. This is rebuilding America's trust in the FBI. Yeah. It's a pretty shaky start off. It would be a lot easier for me if I thought it was suicide, but there's a long list of things that point away from it, the younger Epstein said. Epstein's fiery comments come after Patel and FBI Director Dan Bongino declared the sexual predator took his own life at the notorious Big Apple lockup in 2019, putting a lid on conspiracy theorists who have long claimed he was murdered. Conspiracy theorists, like, you know how many years I seen all over like X and Facebook and all these different places. Like it was made a meme. Epstein didn't kill himself. Like, conspiracy theorists, everybody on the internet was saying it, conspiracy theorist or not. As someone who has worked as a public defender, yeah, we already seen that. This is just quotes from Kash and Bongino. The New York City financier was found dead with bedsheets around his neck in his jail cell on August 10th, 2019, just over a month after his arrest on sex trafficking charges. His death was ruled a suicide, but his brother remains convinced that it was part of a cover-up. There are 6 levels of security in that prison before you get to that tier, he said, of the cell where his brother was found. But there were 11 or 12 inmates on the tier. They would not have to go in or out of the tier to kill somebody in their cells. Supposedly, cell doors were left locked. There's your answer. Somebody could have gotten to Jeff's cell and killed him, he said. Now, I don't know, man. I would really encourage you guys to go watch that Tucker Carlson report on the whole thing. It goes into a lot more details on what exactly happened and all these supposed coincidences, but we're going to go ahead and leave it there for you guys and kind of let you guys speculate and let us know in the comments what you guys think, because I believe and I'm going to keep everything Jeffrey Epstein related, because I think it's such an important story. I'm going to keep you guys updated on every new thing that comes out on that. So, and this just happens to be one of them, Kash and Dan, because I tell you what, I've seen plenty of videos of Kash and Dan straight up like thinking the complete opposite, and all of a sudden they've completely changed their tune, and I don't know. I want to trust them, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. We will go ahead and leave it there for you for now. Make sure you stay tuned for our next segment that will be coming out later tonight. And don't forget to follow us on X and Facebook, and subscribe to us here on YouTube at Wolfpack Media 92. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.